Here's a quick look at the Apgar score assignment. For those of you who didn't get a perfect score, you can see what maybe where you made an error. So this is Andy. So here's Andy's scenario, his description at birth as a newborn. And then this was the points that was given for his score. I'm using another student's assignment from a previous semester, so if you notice any discrepancies, just let me know. But I used an actual rubric to grade your work, so your points should be accurate. So anyway, for the color, Andy received a 1. So if you look at his description, it says his hands and feet are blue in color. So because a portion, the hands and feet, his limbs were blue, then he was not able to get a score of 2. And then for breathing, he received a 2. He's been crying loudly, has responded. So anyway, if he's crying and everything, his breathing is okay. His pulse was a 2, so he had a pulse of 120. His muscle tone was a 2, so that's here. He had strong grasp. And then his response was a 2. So the total was a 9, so he only missed a point because of his color. And then for Tasha, this is Tasha and Delos. So Delos is the one that's struggling a little bit, because if you notice, he has a labored pulse. His extremities are blue and his face, and he hasn't made any sounds, so he's not responding. Okay. There's no muscle control, so he's struggling. This would be a child that would be going for urgent help and support. And then this is Tasha. So Tasha is struggling in a few areas, but since she got a 7, she would be considered okay. And then these are the last two, no, okay, second to the last, almost to the last, Stas and Carlos. So Stas is pretty healthy on his first Apgar score, and then not Carlos, but Carla. So Carla got a 6. So, and that's because of the color, breathing, and pulse. And then this is Leah. And Leah is struggling a little bit too. It's below 7. And so is Carla, below 7. And so Leah's color, her whole body is blue. So that's why it's a 0. Okay, if you have any questions about this, just let me know. But I wanted you guys to see what the actual scores look like for each child.